One of the easiest ways to improve your chances of getting a job offer as a candidate is bringing great questions to the interview, to ask your interviewer at the end of the interview. And asking bad questions can have the opposite effect. It can increase the likelihood they choose somebody else instead of getting you the job offer. And this is no different at Kroger. In today's video, I'm going to give you some great questions to ask at the end of your Kroger interview so you stand out as a great candidate. Now, this is video 4 in a 4-part series of how to get a job at Kroger. And if this is the first video you're seeing, we'll go to the playlist and watch all 4 because they are designed to be a full interview prep guide on how to get a job at Kroger. All right, with that being said, let's get started. Now, the first question I want you to ask is, what does this person need to accomplish in the first 90 days of them being hired in order for you to consider this hire to be a success? This is a really good question because it gets the person thinking that you are a success-oriented person and you're thinking ahead. You're wanting to know, well, what do I need to do to be good at this job? What do I need to do for you to think, wow, it was really good that I hired this person? It's really good because it does a few things. It sets you up as a great candidate, but it also gives you an idea. What are their expectations? And are their expectations realistic? The truth is, as a recruiter, I would never take a job unless I knew what the expectations were, because I'd want to feel good about my ability to achieve those objectives and still have a job 90 days from now. So knowing that going into any job is critically important. All right, let's go to the next one. The next question is, what does onboarding and training look like for a person who joins your team? This is a really good question because, quite frankly, you should want to know, are they going to set me up for success? It's really important to know that. I want to know that type of thing. And it's also the type of question that shows the hiring manager that you're thinking about next steps. You're thinking about success, and you've brought great questions to the interview that really differentiate you from other candidates who might not have any questions at all, or they ask poor questions. It's also really nice to see how they articulate their answer here. Do they have a good, consistent, battle-tested plan that sets their employees up for success? And if they can easily articulate it to you and they walk you through exactly what happens, exactly what it looks like, and you feel great about it, well, that tells you that when you get hired with this company, for this manager, at this location, you are going to be set up for success, and that's a great feeling. The next question I like to ask is, hey, so could you describe for me your store and your team's culture? This is really good because nobody wants to work at a place that's terrible. I think that's a pretty obvious statement. And also obvious is people want to work for a place where there is a good environment. The culture is good. The environment in which you're going to be spending maybe 40 hours a week is one that is palatable, enjoyable, and isn't toxic. So asking them to describe their culture is a great thing to ask in an interview because they're going to answer and you're going to be able to get a lot of information from them. One, you want to sense the positivity. Are they positive about it? Are they just sharing all the different things that make their team positive? Or are they unsure? You know, when someone answers a question for you and you can tell that they're just like not confident, you can see that it's there. So if they're sharing stuff and then you just get the sense that, wow, they don't sound particularly confident here, they don't sound like it's really positive, you want to know that information. Because if you get a job offer, you can then make the determination, is this a good fit for me? Do I want to work here, or am I cautious because he hasn't been able to or she hasn't been able to lay out exactly what the culture is going to be like and make me feel confident it's a good move? The next question I like to ask are, what are the skills and behaviors that your most effective team members have that allow them to be successful? This is a good question because what you're basically finding out is, okay, the best people on your team, what is it that makes them good? What are the behaviors? What are the skills? And what's really nice about this is they're going to start thinking about their best employee. And then they're going to start sharing with you what it is they value about that employee. To which point you get to respond. You know, if they say, I would say what's made my best people really effective is they've got really good customer service skills, and that allows them to interact with the customer in a way that helps us achieve our goals, right? Let's just say they say something like that. Well, that allows you to respond saying something like that. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. It's great to hear. I think one of the things that I've enjoyed most about my roles, as I look at the last 5 years, is the customer service. I take pride in providing the customers who come into the stores where I work with a great experience so that when they leave, they're happy with the interaction, they feel like they were served well, and they're eager to come back again for future trips. right? Something like that. And what you're basically doing there is you're finding out what is the secret sauce? What is it you really value about your people? And then you're allowing them to see that you also share those qualities. It is a very strong way to demonstrate that you were a great candidate for the role and you'd ultimately be a great employee. And the last question I want you to ask at the end of the interview is, do you have any questions or concerns about my ability to do the job? This is what I call the closing question, and it's a really powerful question to ask at the very end because one of two things is going to happen. One, they might go, well, no, I don't have any questions. You seem like you've got great experience. To which point you can respond, that's really great to hear because I've really enjoyed our interview and I admire your company and I'm very interested in the role. And this lets them know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you want their job. And trust me, every hiring manager wants to extend an offer to someone who they know wants the job. This is a powerful way to kind of double down on your interests and let them know as you get close to the finish line, you're a good fit who's interested. They're going to want to move forward to offer. Now, the other thing that could happen is they can go, well, yeah, to be honest then, I do have one concern. It seems like you don't have as much experience, with customer service as I'd like. And this allows you an opportunity to rebuttal, whatever that concern is. Now, the key to rebuttaling is you have to do it in the right way. You can't go, well, are you an idiot? Did you not read my resume? I obviously have 5 years of customer experience. You aren't prepared for this interview and I hate you. That would be a poor way to respond. A good way to respond is to thank them for, voicing that concern and then taking ownership of maybe you didn't do the best job at articulating that you do have that experience and your resume doesn't showcase it appropriately. And then sharing with them that you do have that experience. It might sound something like this. You know what? Thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate, you voicing that concern. What I would say is I don't know if I did the best job explaining my background because I actually do have about 6 years of customer service experience. When I worked at A, B, and C company, I was really primarily focused on being customer facing. And then at XYZ company, I spent almost 90% of my day interacting with customers and helping them resolve issues. So I actually do think I have that experience. I just might not have shared that the best as I could have. And this allows you to actually rebuttal a concern you otherwise would not have been able to. And it positions you to succeed, which is a really powerful thing to do at this stage in the interview process. Another really powerful thing to do as a candidate is understanding the secrets that the pros know to interviewing. It's why I made this video here. This video here teaches you all the secrets that the most effective interviewers know when it comes time to interview. So I'm done here, but you should definitely go watch this video next. I'll see you over there.